Hello, Bridgewater College Teacher Education Program students. In this screencast, we're going to learn to solve a problem that will come up from time to time when you're working on a WordPress page. And that is, you'd like to be able to put a document on your WordPress site that's not a PDF document. Now, let me show you by example. Here I'm working on my portfolio, and I'm on the section that has to do with Standard 7, Planning for Instruction. And so on this page, I've got a lesson plan that I'm using for my portfolio, but I would really like to include this factor game that I created. It's a smartboard file that I made up, and I would like to be able to include the smartboard file as part of my portfolio so that if a person came to my portfolio, they could actually download and use the factor game that I've created. But the problem is, at least here at Bridgewater, we can upload that smartboard file to WordPress. It just won't be allowed. The only files that we can upload are PDF documents. Or perhaps I've got a PowerPoint that I would like to have on my online portfolio, and likewise I can't put the PowerPoint on because it's not in its native form. It's not a PDF document. So here's sort of the issue. I'm going to open up a folder that has in it all the different documents that I want to put on my portfolio, and the first several are PDF documents, and in fact I've already put those on my portfolio. Those were pretty easy. The next two are pictures. I've already put those on my portfolio because it's relatively easy to put PDFs and pictures on your WordPress page in the media section. But the last two, the algebra PowerPoint and the factor game, I just can't put them on my WordPress site because one's a notebook file and one's a PowerPoint file. So it turns out there's a relatively easy way to do this. The trick is, instead of putting these two files on my WordPress site, I'll put them on my Google Drive site, and then I'll link from my WordPress site to my Google Drive site, and in that way I'll be able to give my readers access to these two files right from the WordPress site. So you probably have already picked up the first step that I need to do here. Instead of trying to get these on my WordPress site, is I need to put them on my Google Drive site. Now here at Bridgewater, all students have a Google Drive site, and if you don't, you can easily create one. They're free. I'm going to go to my Google Drive site. Here's what it looks like. And again, it's managed by Bridgewater College. And what I want to do is simply to upload those two files to this site. To upload, you click on the upload button right here, as you can see on the screen. And I'm going to pick Files. It asked me to find them. Okay, I'm going to find them. They're in a folder called Files for My Portfolio. I'll open them up. And here's that PowerPoint file, and here's the factor game. So I'm going to open this one up, and sure enough, it gets uploaded to my Google Drive. Let's get the other one. I'll click on Upload, Files, Documents, Files for My Portfolio, and this time I'm going to get the factor game. Takes it a second, and then it's going to be uploaded to my site. Notice it says down here finishing. Okay, it's done now. Now there's a second step that I need to tell you. Loading these files to your Google Drive makes them available to you, but not to the world. So now what I want to do is to share them. So I'm going to pick the notebook file first because that's the one that I was working on at the very beginning. I'm going to click the share button out here, and if you forget to do this now, you can always right click up in here and make the changes that you want. But I'm simply going to click on share. Notice that the default is that this is a private file. I'm simply going to change that to say it's going to be available to anyone who gets the link. And of course I'm going to provide that link on my WordPress site. So I click Save. Now where is that link? It's up here in blue. So all I need to do now is to copy this link. I'm just going to right click and copy the link and say I'm done. Now let's go back to our WordPress site. I want to make this a hot link now, a hot link to that Google Drive file. So I'll go to my dashboard. The page that I'm editing is standard number 7, planning for instruction. I'll come to my edit. We know how to do this. I'll scroll down to where I see Factor Game, which right now is not a hot link, but if I highlight and go up here to my link button, paste in with Control V on my keyboard that long link that I had from my Google Drive and say add link. Now notice it's hot. Of course, any change we make to WordPress, we have to click on the blue update button. Let's have a look and see if it works. I'm going to go to View Page. Now when we looked at this a minute ago, that was not a hot link. When I click on it, notice what happens is that it goes out to Google Drive and says, here's the file, you may download it. So let's download it. And it says, do you want to save this? Yes, I want to save it. So now it's been saved. And I can open it up now. And notice it's opening it with Smart Notebook. So I can view this file that is linked from my WordPress site. Here's my Factor Game. Let's do it one more time. This time let's try that PowerPoint file. Remember we uploaded the PowerPoint file. I'm going to close out of Notebook for the time being. So I'm returning back to my Google Drive, and remember we uploaded this PowerPoint, Algebra PowerPoint. I forgot to share it. So let's right click and come down to Share. Choose Share. I don't want it to be private. I want it to be available to anyone who has the link. So I'm going to click Save. Here's the link in blue. I'll right click, copy. So I've now copied the link. I've shared it so that I can link to it from WordPress. Let's go back to WordPress now. Here's my WordPress site. And let me show you where I want to link this to. On my WordPress site, I'll go back to the main site here for a second. So on my online portfolio, I've got standard 3 learning environments. If I click on that, you'll see that I've already got a couple things uploaded to my portfolio, but I don't have this PowerPoint yet. I don't have my opening day of school PowerPoint. Turns out that's the very one that I've now uploaded to Google Drive that I'm going to link to. So I need to edit this page. So I'm going to choose to edit the page. I go to Dashboard, go to Pages. This was standard 3, Learning Environments. I scroll down. Here's that artifact. Right now it's not hot, but I'm going to make it hot by highlighting Link button, Control V to paste. There's the link. I'm going to click Add Link. Once again, I'll click Update. Let's give it a try. Here's standard 3. I've got a third link here. If I click on this, instead of getting a PDF document now, it's taking me to my Google Drive, and actually Google Drive has already opened it up for me. I can see exactly what kids are going to learn about the first day of school and so forth, but what my expectations are. In this case, Google Drive actually provides a preview of the document. I could download it if I wanted the whole document here. So what we've learned in this video is how to add files which don't look like they could be part of your WordPress site. You can add them to your WordPress site by using the trick that you really don't add them to WordPress. What you do is you add them to Google Drive and then link to Google Drive from WordPress. Hope this has made sense to you. See you next time.